Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Nice to have you with me today. It's Friday, June the 27th. Option expiry date Friday, June 27th, 2025, and we're opening here with a bit of an uptick so far this morning, kind of like yesterday, a 1/3% increase. Nothing dramatic, nothing earth-shattering. It's just we're higher. The Qs are now 548.29, and they got up to 549 there for a bit. They're now 548.29. They're still up $2. Nonetheless, they are up too. But are they justified being here? Is this market really supposed to be here? The Nasdaq and the S&P 500 hit new highs, and I'm asking, why? Why is this market hitting new highs? There's more money around than needed. Investors are stupid. Some investors just see the future in rose-colored glasses, and there's no stopping the exceptionalism of the United States of America. Is that it? There has to be a reason. Are they right? Oh, that's to be determined with history. I can tell you this, without question, markets fluctuate all the time. And sometimes they go one direction too much versus the other direction. Kind of like when April the 2nd happened, the day after April Fool's Day. And, the Liberation Day was announced and the markets took a crap into bear territory in 3 days. Overreaction. Then, Taco Boy backed off and here they came back. And here we are here at record highs. I just do not believe at the end of the day, if every single country on earth was able to make a deal with the current administration going forward on trade policy, I do not believe that we're back to anywhere we once were on the tariff business. At the end of the day, I believe that the schoolyard bully took all the marbles away and gave half of them back. And you're supposed to be happy with that because I'm not taking them away from you anymore. I'm giving you half to play with. Shut up and be happy. I think that's what's going on with the tariff game. I believe when it's all said and done, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, at the end of this presidency, I don't know, that people will look around and go, well, under Joe Biden, we were at a 2.5% tariff. And under Trump, we ended up at 10% tariff, which is a 400% tax increase on every living American person, child, adult, senior, doesn't matter. Because no matter how old you are, no matter where you are in your life, you're actively working, you're in a senior center, you're in a cradle, you're a brand new American. It doesn't matter. Every single American is going to pay more for what they need to live on going forward forever. And it's 400% more minimum when it's all finished than it was under Joe Biden. And there you go. What will that mean to the American economy and the American treasury and to Americans themselves? There's that. I cannot see good news for American businesses when they have to pay. And this doesn't matter if you're a big company or a mom and pop. You're an individual working out of your garage at home, bringing material in from around the world to then reconfigure that material and sell it to your American friends. Your costs have gone up dramatically, and you're paying way more in taxes to the American government, called a tariff duty. It's just duties. You don't see it on your income tax form, so you don't feel like you have a tax increase there. No, you have it in the cost of being in business. And that is how governments have figured out this is the new game in town. Why not have hotel taxes on people who rent hotel rooms? Because generally speaking, people who rent hotel rooms are from out of town. They're from out of state, maybe out of country. They can't vote us out of office, but we can raise money. We'll call it a tourism promotion fee or environmental fee. We'll give it a title, but it's a tax grab. Why don't we do that with cruise ship passengers when they come into port? Alaska is going to do it in Juneau, Alaska. They've increased their head tax for every passenger coming in, whether you get off the ship or not. Why not do it with tariffs on every item, no matter where it's made outside of the USA? This is how it's done. What I find amazing to me, just want to throw this little tidbit at you. What I find absolutely amazing to me is you've got one country over here, the USA. Canada's guilty of it too, but in America right now, I have to pick on the USA because no one else is doing this except the United States. The United States is over here, and there are entrepreneurs in this country who are very good. And they figured out, we could make these pens for our corporation in Cincinnati, Ohio, or we can make these pens in Taiwan or Indonesia, but somewhere else, okay, Vietnam, China, for 1/10 the price, 1/4 the price. Even after shipping it from way over there to where we are, it's still going to be less than half the price that we can make it at. It's almost always less than half. So why don't we order 1 million of these things in all kinds of colors and shades and styles? And not only are we going to order a gazillion of these things, we're going to demand that the manufacturers over there, we want you to package this stuff in packs of 3. We want 3 pens in a package, and we want 6 pens in a package. We want 10 or 12 pens in a package. Plus, we want packages of 6 that have 2 blue, 2 black, and 2 red pens in them. We're going to come up with every combination there is. We want you to package them in a blister pack with English writing on the labels. We'll give you the master label. You produce those labels inside those packs. So when we get the carton of all of these goods, all these cartons, thousands of cartons in these containers, all we have to do is scan the outside of the box and or scan the actual blister pack to inventory in, receive in the inventory, and then we sell them to our distributors, and they literally scan them as they open their boxes, and they put them on hooks for the customer to buy. The customer buys the blister pack with 2, 4, 6, 10, 12 of these, whatever it is, go to the cash register, scan, payment scanned, done. The United States is penalizing the countries that its entrepreneurs use, which is Vietnam, China, Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, you name where, Bangladesh, Myanmar, India, I don't care. Wherever this stuff is made and whatever this stuff is, the United States now is bitching. It's complaining about the fact that, well, you have unfair trade practices. We can't make these pens in our country for this cheap. At the end of the day, the distributors, the importers of this product, these guys are making a fortune because they're not paying Cincinnati, Ohio manufacturing costs. They're not paying printers in America to print the labels. They're not paying plastics container companies to make the containers that these things come in. No, they're paying overseas manufacturers in third world countries, second world countries to produce this merchandise at a price that we cannot fathom in America. You in America cannot fathom. And the importers of this product, all these millions of products, make their margins, make their profits, pay their American employees to receive the goods, distribute the goods, redistribute the goods, ultimately retail the goods, sell the goods. And they're paying all those fees in America to Americans. All those costs are to Americans. And there's a net profit at the end of the day. And what are we talking about? We're talking about something like this that might cost a nickel, 5 cents to make overseas, 8 cents to make overseas, versus 20 cents to make in America, or 30 cents to make in America. We're giving away the minimum wage jobs that people had that used to make this in some god-awful factory in Ohio or Pennsylvania or wherever the hell they were. We're giving those jobs away to the third and second worlders, and we're keeping the jobs of the truck drivers who have union contracts making $40 an hour. We are keeping the contracts of all the warehouse workers at unionized warehouses making $15-20 an hour. We're keeping the jobs of all the retail store employees, right down to the part-time college student working at Staples, to sell this product. All those jobs are protected in America. There are just as many, if not more, jobs in America than overseas to make this stuff. And yet, the public voted in a guy who convinced them that they're taking advantage of us. And America fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. And right now we're seeing a complete shutdown of LA ports, Long Beach ports. The orders have backed off dramatically. And America has just fornicated itself by blaming foreign countries with cheap labor, no labor rules, no pension benefits, no health benefits, no nothing. 6-day work weeks, 14-hour-a-day work days, slave labor. And America is now penalizing these countries because we should be making this crap in our country instead. It blows my mind. I'm amazed how a country with this currency right here. Now, this is not the typical currency you're using every day in your life. It's a $2 bill, and it's real. It's a real $2 bill. What blows my mind is that this piece of paper at one time was so powerful that you could buy stuff with this piece of paper overseas, oodles of stuff, versus what you can do with it in America. That's the thing. Right now, someone gets money in America, however they make it. You make your $10 an hour in America, it goes a lot less than it did a year ago, and 2 years ago, and 10 years ago. Whereas this piece of paper, which is in effect borrowed money, let's be real, America runs deficits, is at one time was the most powerful currency on the planet. It's unbelievable. People will do anything to get it. There are people who will break laws, will commit crimes to get their hands on this script. And the existing administration is blaming other countries for the good faith and credit of America's value, and wants to now also make the stuff that they get for nothing overseas. It just amazes me. It blows my mind. The folks in Taiwan have got to be scratching their heads going, we don't get these guys. We produce these laptops for them. We produce their all kinds of electronics for them at prices they could never make it for themselves. General Electric used to have factories in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Illinois, making radios, record players, televisions, vacuum cleaners, toasters, anything electronic. General Electric, the name General Electric. You go today to Best Buy, home of electronic sellers, and you tell me what you can buy that has a logo on it called General Electric. You can't buy a GE almost anything anywhere. There are no factories in America anymore that make any of this stuff. In the 1950s, televisions took off in America, and every TV in America in the 50s was made in the United States. But do you remember something? If you watch movies like Pleasantville or other movies, when there was a major political event, a major announcement during the moon landings and the moon launches of the 60s, 1969, watch the movie with those gals who were the mathematicians for NASA. Where were people watching the moon landings on television? On the sidewalk in front of an electronics store, a mom and pop electronics store, because they had TVs in the windows. They had them turned on. And people were watching television from a sidewalk through a mom and pop glass front on televisions that were in the display area. That was up until 1970, into the 70s. It wasn't until the mid-70s that TVs were made in Japan. They were imported, made overseas. Unthinkable. There were people skeptical. Should I buy this television? It's called Sony, and it's made in Japan. What if it breaks down? Then what do I do? Well, they were convinced to buy it because Sears and Roebuck offered it on their floor with an exchange policy and a guarantee and a warranty. And that's how they bought in, because they were cheaper at first. Hitachi, remember Hitachi's? Daewoo, Mitsubishi televisions. You remember the brand names from the early days? Then it spread to Taiwan. Then it spread to South Korea. Then it spread to everywhere else. You can't buy a US-made television anymore. And you're not going to. You're not going to spend $4,000 for a 42-inch flat screen television anymore if it's made in Tennessee. You're going to spend $400 on a 65-inch television made in Sri Lanka, made in... You tell me where they're made. They're not made in America. And we're blaming these countries for taking away our jobs. How much money can a factory pay in America? How much can people earn per hour if they make 60-inch televisions in Pennsylvania that have to retail for $4.99 at Walmart? How much can these employees make in these factories? Of the $400 that you pay for the television, that includes the box that comes in. The box is $10 with all the packaging and all the protection. The shipping of it, the margins at Walmart, the distribution costs to get it to these places. This thing comes into America at $199, $150. $150. It had to come through by a ship from a factory distribution center, and then a factory from where it was made for $120 to retail for $400 in America. What's the wage at the factory where this thing is made? $1 an hour? What American will work for even $8 an hour making flat screen televisions? I don't know of any. I don't know any who can survive. You're making $300 a week in the United States, getting $250 a week net after tax. You're making $1,000 a month. You tell me how you're going to support either yourself or your family making $1,000 a month, making flat screen TVs. Talk about having it good. Americans had it all and pissed it away. Just pissed it away with Orange Boy, Taco Man. There you go. But then that's politics, and you don't want to hear politics. You don't want to hear that sort of stuff. You want to hear how to make money in this world. And I say, learn how to write options. That's how you can make money in this world. But what can I tell you? It blows my mind. The outside world in Switzerland, Germany, France, all of Europe, all of Asia, South America, Africa, people who have studied, who have understood how business actually works, cannot believe the United States electorate fell for the argument that the best way for us to become strong again is to manufacture all this crap that we're importing at pennies on the dollar. We should do it ourselves. This is a race to the bottom. The American electorate has bought into a guy whose thinking is the race to the bottom is the race to win. And I say, let Bangladesh make these t-shirts. Let Honduras make these t-shirts. I'm sorry, Hondurans. I'm sorry, Bangladeshis. I'm sorry, anyone in Myanmar. But the Pakistani textile industry and India's textile industry, they kicked America's ass and Canada's ass and Europe's ass out of the fashion-making world decades ago, because there are billions of employees available at the beck and call of any of these factory owners. They will work 6 days a week, 14 hours a day, with no holiday pay, no pension, no health care, terrible working conditions, and I feel badly for them. But I'm wearing a t-shirt that I am certain is not made in America or Canada, and cannot be made in America or Canada. at even 10 times the price, because these can be brought in for 50 cents a piece, 30 cents a piece. Blank shirts can be brought in for pennies a shirt in bulk, and then put any writing on them you want and sell them retail in a retail store in your local shopping mall in a town near you. You'll find t-shirts for sale from $9.99 to $39.99 based on what's on the front. If it's an NFL logo on there, it's a $39.99 t-shirt. If it's a stink bid save lives, it's less. If it's just plain green, you can probably buy it for $6 to $10 at your local Michael's store. They cost 30 cents to make and import and ship and distribute and to get to the store, and the store will sell them for $6. And all down the line, that $6 gets cut up and is paid off. Everyone gets a slice of the action until the garment maker gets 30 cents a shirt, and then they have to pay bills right down to the person that makes this thing. That is the American way, the Canadian way, the Western world way of winning. That is winning. America is getting away from that. It wants to win itself. It wants the 30 cents. The President of the United States wants the 30 cents. Incredible. You know, the president makes more money for his country by making you pay a tariff on this thing where 10 cents a shirt, 20 cents a shirt, 50 cents a shirt goes to the U.S. Treasury as a tariff. The United States is better off just charging tariffs rather than building factories. Because if the factory gets built in Ohio and all kinds of people get, hired here, the factory owners are going to go to the whole Ohio legislature for a tax break to build this $5 million factory or $50 million factory or $500 million factory, whatever it is they're making. The states will compete against each other to get the factory. The government of the United States will hand out all kinds of deals, including massive upfront write-offs. The American taxpayer will never get back the money that they're handing all of these guys in subsidies to build these factories and plants. The long-term effect is all the jobs created as a spin-off of that factory. The thinking is that's where the taxes will come from to justify all of this. The folks who built the Boeing factories in North Carolina or wherever the hell, that was their thinking when they gave Boeing a green light to come on in for virtually nothing. Texas gave Tesla a green light and all kinds of tax breaks to open up their factory in Austin, Texas. Texans have been paying through the nose dearly for this because their taxes coming in from Tesla are nothing. It's all the jobs Tesla created and all the spin-off jobs they're hoping will all pay off. The race to the very, very bottom. America's better off having Teslas made in China and just bring them in on ships. America should bring in Teslas from China where they're made for $15,000 a car and they sell for $30,000 a car in the United States. Why make them in Texas and sell them for $60,000 a car? Americans are $30,000 better off. As right now, Americans should be bringing in all the Japanese electric cars, the Chinese electric cars they can make, and they can retail for $25,000 to $30,000 each, saving millions, tens of millions of Americans, trillions of dollars in costs to get a new car. But no, Americans are paying $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 for vehicles, and they're carrying $500, $800, $1,100 a month car payments and repair bills that are through the roof because of the cost of this product. And this is supposed to be the American way. America's losing on that game, but that's my little rant for the day. Thank you all for joining me. What can I tell you? It is what it is. Canadian entrepreneurs are actually very happy right now. They love the complete disarray of the United States. They love it. They're able to buy merchandise from around the world without these stupid tariffs. Goods from India, from Pakistan, from Myanmar, from Taiwan, goods from China, goods from anywhere. We don't have these massive tariffs coming into Canada. Only trade with America is expensive. Trade with everyone else is what it was under Joe Biden, under Pierre Trudeau, Justin Trudeau. Entrepreneurs in Canada are cleaning up, because they're trading now between each other than America. And Canadians who import goods from various countries and turn something into something else and then sell that good product, finished product to other Canadians are making a fortune. because the competition of America has been eliminated, eviscerated, because all goods coming from the United States have got a fat duty on them, courtesy of Trump's tariffs, as a reciprocal duty. And so Canadians are saying, well, if I order in a pen from America, it'll cost me 50 cents a pen. If I order a pen from China or Vietnam, it'll cost me 5 cents a pen. Canadians need pens. Well, we're going to just grab pens directly from the manufacturers overseas and bring them into our country and sell them to ourselves. And we'll get the packaging done in Vietnam for the Canadian version. We need French and English on the packaging. We'll have it done there. And no jobs are created here to make the product. But a lot of jobs are made here to bring in, distribute, and sell the product. Canadians are cleaning up. Thank you, America, for electing your buffoon, because you've just upped the standard of living for every other country in the world other than yourself. And that is the price the Americans will pay for the next 3.5 years. And it will add up to a full-blown recession, stagnant growth, higher inflation costs, higher interest rates, and a god-awful stock market is coming your way. And that is the point right here. The stock market for the United States cannot continue to run at the pace it's running at now, because this price of stocks are becoming not unstable, but unjustifiable. There's the word. Bruce is desperately trying to get the word out. Unjustifiable pricing for American companies' shares. Now, will every single American company suffer? No. There'll be winners and losers, but some of the losers will shock you and will come at you from left field. You will be surprised at what companies just can't seem to be cutting it anymore. At the end of the day, the individual American consumer is being attacked from all sides for their money and their cash flow. And it starts, of course, at the tax level, obviously income tax, but the United States government isn't going after people making less than $100,000 a year. Most Americans make less than $100,000 a year, certainly less than $150,000 a year. That's got to be 70% of Americans and down. They will not have a tax increase from their income tax. Many don't have an income. And whatever income they have is so meager, there's nothing to get. No, the government has figured out that the best way to tax people is to tax them in a hidden way. And that's where we talk about the tariff game. We talk about value-added taxes. We talk about sales taxes. We play that little game. So the retail price of an item is $2.99 for 4 of these, but there's that 8% tax that you have to pay at the cash register, 32 cents every time you buy it. Only 32 cents. What's the big deal? There's a sales tax on your subway sub. So it's just a tax of 40 cents. So what? It's only 40 cents for your sub. 40 cents. You used to be able to get a sub for 40 cents. Now the tax is 40 cents. When the sub is $12 a sub and you have an 85 cent, 90 cent tax, you'll realize I used to get a Coke for that. The Coke used to cost me 95 cents. Now the tax on the sub is 95 cents. That is the hidden tax. That affects everyone, and it hurts the poor more than the rich, because if you're very wealthy, 95 cents, what's 95 cents? If you are living on $100 a week after your expenses, you're trying to eat $100 a week, or you're trying to eat for a family of 4 for less than $300 a month. 95 cent tax per sub. Ooh, that's starting to add up. That's a tax bite. That is what it is. Not good. The bottom 60% of the American population and demographically is going to get badly whacked, and they were going to be much poorer on a global comparison scale and on a personal level. Every state needs money. Every city needs more money to get by, because inflation is affecting them too. They have costs, and there's only one source of capital for all governments: taxpayers. Who else? Is there a magical being out there that pays taxes? No, it's the average person out there that pays. And unfortunately, and reality is, Sometimes there is one person working on a with regards to a family unit, and that one person is trying to carry 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And that one individual is getting nailed in every direction for every dollar that came in, and now every dollar going out, there's taxation both directions. And it's devastating to what's left over for the fan. I'm just a guy telling you what basic economics. The Nike people would rather produce shoes in Vietnam at $5 a pair and sell them to you at $95 a pair, rather than build factories in Oregon or in Ohio or in New Mexico. I mean, name any state you want to name where a factory for Nike would be a great thing. They will not make Nike shoes at $30 to $40 a pair in America when they can get them made for $5 a pair overseas. They're not stupid people. They're very bright. They're very good at what they do. They're incredible marketers. The cost of a running shoe, there's more marketing costs in a running shoe than to make the damn sneaker in the first place. Mr. Jordan and all the other sports personalities that are used by Nike from A to Z, men and women, all the advertising Nike does to get you to believe that a pair of shoes with a swoosh logo on it is the ultimate thing to have. They have convinced you to spend $20 a pair, $25, $30 a pair in marketing on top of the $5 a pair it costs to make the product itself. And you look the other way and you just buy them. You just wear them and you go with them. I have a pair of Nike shoes. I'm guilty too. Didn't pay $95 a pair though, but that's just the old man in me. How many of you have dozens of Nike shoes? And how many do you know? How many people do you know that collect this stuff? There are collectors of Nike shoes. It's mind-blowing to me. Product that is $5 to make. Nike will never build a factory in Ohio, ever. They're not stupid. They're not idiots. They know that the shoes made in Vietnam not only go to the United States, to its domestic market, those shoes go to Canada, those shoes go to Brazil, those shoes go to Japan, those shoes go to Germany. And the packaging made in Vietnam for all the Nike shoes, right down to single pairs, the packaging is custom made for the country they're going to. So when you go to Norway and you buy a pair of Nike shoes on holiday, you'll notice the writing on the inside of the label, on the tongue, and the writing on the package is for your domestic market. Nike does that beautifully. So does Apple. And so does everyone else that's out of America with international operations. The United States of America is doomed economically to be able to produce at that level. The United States, however, thrives when it comes to value-added markups on other people's labor. Geniuses. Americans are the world's best. Starbucks with their brand name of theirs, and Apple with their products, and anyone else you want to mention, the top 500 S&Ps, so many of these companies, including pharmaceuticals, make their product overseas with slave labor prices and get dollar-generated profits from us. And that is under threat right now because there's a tax grab coming from the administration on what America does best, which is markups. And so there's going to be a reckoning, unfortunately. Now, the Dow is up 130 today because people believe next year will be better than last year. You know, once we have a trade deal with all these countries, once these tariff deals are done, everything will be great again. America will be great again. I just don't know how a tariff deal with China and a tariff deal with Canada and Mexico and a tariff deal with France and England and an island with penguins on it. I don't know how these tariff deals turn into factories everywhere in America that create millions of low-paying jobs for the United States. I don't even know how that happens because I can't imagine anything made in Ohio being packaged to be sold in Germany. Nothing made in Ohio is going to be sold in Sri Lanka. Nothing made in Illinois is going to be sold in Ghana. It's going to be sold in Malaysia. There are no exports. coming from any factories in the United States that have been created under this tariff thing, because the cost to produce a good in America is too high that it can't be exported for a profit. The outside world will buy pens made in Vietnam for 4 cents each rather than pay 40 cents to the Ohio company. There's no way America enters the international playground as a manufacturer of cheap product. That's the end of the deal right there. And you try to convince somebody who votes for the right-wing guy otherwise, because these guys they don't understand the logistics of manufacturing, distribution, and markups, and they don't get it. They just think that, the country, China pays the tariffs. Oh yeah, it's Italy that pays those tariffs. I don't pay any tariffs. There you go. Okay, good luck with that. But again, the market is going to suffer because of this, because American investors own shares in the very companies that thrive on ordering product made overseas and brought back to America and distributed among the rest of the planet. And these outfits are in trouble. They're in big trouble. And Nike is the poster child it's just timing. It's just timing. I'm not picking on them, but they are the poster child of the absolute example of what is ailing the United States economically going forward now. Nike guarantees $1 billion of expenses against their bottom line because of the tariff problems. They guarantee it. They absolutely, we're really paying here. And you can now multiply that by thousands of other companies, of which many are public and many are not. And this is an economic nightmare coming to America that is just around the corner. And at the moment, the markets are at all-time highs because they won't pay attention to it. And so you option writers, if you are paying attention to this, you are writing call credit spreads on the Qs and the SPYs. And you're staying as far ahead as you can on those indexes and saying, I dare you to come up here. I dare you again. I dare you again. Because it comes to the point where the markets cannot hit new all-time record highs. And you want an example of how it turns? Take a look at what happened. First of all, right after the election of you-know-who, Taco Boy, take a look in 1921 when we topped out at the end of 21 and had a crappy 22. Take a look before that when markets were hitting all-time highs all the time and everything was great. And then look what happened. And so here we are. We're at 547.30 on the Qs right now. We're actually only up $1.08. Just before I started talking to you, we're at 549. We're now 547.20. So here comes the market. All of you in the Qs, relax and roll forward, absolutely, and sit back and fold your arms and watch this market falter a little bit. Not crash, not today. Falter, not just go up. But going forward, a month from now, 3 months from now, and 6 months from now, there will be quarterly reports issued by many, many, many American corporations who are caught in this ugly game of Make America Great Again through tariff increases. And they're going to come out with really bad numbers, like Nike just did. Terrible numbers. And it's going to get worse because it's going to spread. It's a contagion. If one big company has to lay off 5,000 employees because they did not meet their targets and cannot meet their targets, those 5,000 people will result in another 5,000 people losing their jobs as the spin-off effect goes the wrong way. Just like Tesla moved into Austin and Austin got a whole bunch of new jobs because Tesla came in. If Tesla were to lay off 10,000 people in Austin, there would be another 10,000 people in Austin laid off right with them. And that will spill through Texas and the region. That's what we're talking about. A reversal just around the corner. I worry about this. I'm just a guy in front of a computer watching the world, and I don't want to blame the world for being ignorant. It's okay. The world's allowed to be stupid because you know it is. But the optimism out there is not founded, in my opinion. Anyway, there you have it. Okay, here we are. Welcome all. We're up 128 on the Dow. We're not up 1,200. We're up 120 points. We're up 13 on the S&P, and Nasdaq is up just 59 points. That's all Nasdaq is doing right now. The Qs are up 105 at 547.24. Welcome to the show. Welcome to my program. Welcome to my rant. And I'm sorry if I bore you. I hope I am not. Rocket Lab, thank you very much. 37.10. All-time highs have been set yesterday. Rocket Lab just keeps on keeping on. You got to love that. We hit the high yesterday of 37.27, which is the all-time high. We're at 37.09. And this morning, 20 minutes ago, we were at 37.35, 37.38. New all-time highs on Rocket Lab. SoFi, 1677 at the moment. Last night. At the moment, 1691. Just around 16.99 for the high so far. Do not be shocked. Do not be surprised. Do not be blown away if the first 15 minutes were at 17.25 to 17.50. Just get ready. It's going there. GameStop is up a penny, 23.90. I think we're going to break 24 today. If we can break through 24.25, then a quick rise to 28.30 is right behind it. My personal opinion only. There are 8.8 billion reasons why this stock is going to go higher. Its market cap is 10 billion. They have almost 9 billion in cash. The stock is way undervalued. It would trade at $45 a share if a certain Mr. Cohen would let the world in on what he is up to. But on the other hand, I understand he might be saying, Bruce, I would love to tell you what I'm doing behind the scenes right now. But I can't tell you what I'm doing behind the scenes right now because I'm in the middle of a complex set of negotiations here that's going to completely transform this corporation. And it's going to completely change the shareholder value of this corporation. And if I speak now, I am breaking securities laws. So I am bound by my lawyers to shut the hell up and just do my business behind the scenes confidentially. And when I can talk, I will talk. And I say, you're forgiven. It's okay. I don't mind. It's all right. I will say to my viewers, you better not be short this stock. I'll tell you that right now. If you've written options on them, okay, you wrote 30 calls, 35 calls, that's all right. You're fine. You can roll over. If you're doing credit spreads, don't you dare do call credit spreads on GameStop. You will get your butt handed to you to put credit spreads like you've been doing for the last year and enjoy the profit. Just keep up that good work, everybody. Thank you very much. All right, let's take a look at some more here. Let's move on here. MicroStrategy down 71 cents this morning, 385.73. Spire at 11.37 up 14. Smart Rent, oh my God, it wants to go to $1. 98 cents. Can Smart Rent break a buck? Come on, Smart Rent. Apple up 62 cents this morning, was down 57 yesterday. Tesla lost $1.77 yesterday. It didn't want to, but it finally did. It's down 57 cents this morning. Microsoft would not go down yesterday, would not stop going up. It was up 5 yesterday, 5.18. It's down 2.20 at the moment. Alphabet was up 2.94 yesterday. It's up 43 this morning. Amazon was up 5.13 yesterday. It's up 2.62 this morning. I did mention to you yesterday or so. Yes, here it is. I mentioned yesterday the PE multiple of those Magnificent Seven stocks and the Amazon PE multiple, 34.58, very expensive. Whereas the Google, which is now at 174.92, Google was trading at 19 times earnings. That is the bargain of the Magnificent Seven. NVIDIA trading at 50 times earnings, roughly, is up 79 more cents today. Meta Platforms, which is trading at approximately 7.5, maybe going to 28 by now, is up another $3 after gaining 17 yesterday. Meta Platforms, Facebook, 729. It's all-time high, 740. We're getting closer. We were 732 earlier this morning, but it's now back to 729.13. Still up on the session, $3 this morning. PE multiple, 28.3 now. On Meta from 27.6, it's now 28.3. So Meta is getting more expensive. And that means the company must make substantially more money in the next quarter and the quarter after to justify the stock price. The price is moving up in anticipation of better earnings. They have to come in with better earnings to maintain this game. Otherwise, the stock will drop $100 a share. And so there's the pressure of high multiple paying or high multiple trading stocks. Keep in mind, NVIDIA, 50 times earnings. Microsoft, over 38. Apple, 31-ish. Google, only 19. Amazon, 34.5. Meta, now 28 plus. Tesla, over 180 times earnings. These guys, with these high PE multiples, had better deliver the bacon pretty damn fast, or watch out. Supermicro, 49.63, up 35 cents, was up 266 yesterday. I told you about Supermicro doing a capped call financing deal with a stock buyback in there. I like this stock to 60. I like it to 60. ASTS, Space Mobile, up 73 this morning, up 65 yesterday after being down $3-4. And so it's hanging around 50 now, 50-51 quite comfortably. Rather interesting how it's not going back. AI up $1 yesterday, up 31 now, $25. Palantir, oh my God. Palantir at 145.59, up 134. Okay. Palantir is trading at a PE multiple of 630 times earnings. A 630 time PE multiple, just to bring that kind of, to your attention. I'm desperately trying to tell you, do not be long this stock. My God, is it overpriced? And they're signing contracts here and there, which leads one to think, oh my God, they're making this $100 million contract with the U.S. government. Oh, isn't that wonderful? This stock should go up another, $5 or $10 a share. It's not cheap. It's unbelievably expensive. Take a look at this right here. This is your Palantir right now in the last year. All right. A year ago, the price at that point right there, right up there, $24 a share. Okay, just ahead of where SoFi is now. Look at this. Last July, 23 to $28 a share. It didn't break 50 until November, and the thinking was 40 would have been a miracle. I mean, right now, and I know, I'm talking to you about your SoFi shares, and I'm telling you that SoFi is going to break 20, and many of you are looking at me like I'm from outer freaking space, because you're saying $20 a share on SoFi. Oh, it'll never get to $20. It can barely hold the $16.90. Palantir was $14 to $16 to $18 a little over a year and a bit ago. And it got to 20. People thought that was it. Then it got to 25. Oh, that's it. It got to 30. Oh, my God. Then they said it was going to 40. Unthinkable. Why would it be almost 2.5 times its value in 6 months? And it did. It got the S&P inclusion. And here we are at $145 a share, 629 times earnings. My God, the market cap on Palantir. Are you ready for this? The market cap on Palantir, $340 billion. They don't make any money. They make pennies versus the dollars this thing's trading at. There is a reckoning coming for Palantir. I'm sorry, there will be. Maybe the reckoning is it'll only trade at 200 times earnings, a little more than Tesla trades at. That is a 60% drop in price. That is giving up 2/3 of this gain right here. That means a $90 haircut to $50 a share. The Palantir downside is dangerous. Just saying. But boy, can you argue with this chart? No, you can't argue with the chart. Can't argue with the success of the stock. But wow. I tell you, kids, Palantir has been benefiting from the recent new administration. I'm going to ask you this question. How long is this administration going to be as effective as they are right now? Till next November, when it's a lame duck president for the last 2 years of his term? Is it the full 3.5 years still to go? What happens to Palantir 4 years from now? Can they go from where they are to 200 a share, and then they go to 80? Like what, when, how, where? I don't see earnings going up 10 times a quarter every quarter. Like, I don't see this. Yes, their earnings are going to grow. Their sales are growing. Oh, sure, I'll give you all that. But 600 something times PE multiple? How much growth are we expecting here? Really? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm just a guy desperate trying to figure out what's going on in this market. Okay, back to the watch list. Unity up 6 cents, was down 75 yesterday. Goldman Sachs, oh my gosh, up 17 yesterday, up 280 now. Goldman is $690 a share, and that is a new 52-week high for Goldman. So there's money being made on Wall Street. Cisco's up 5 cents, 76-cent gain yesterday. We're at $69 a share. Cisco trading at new 52-week highs. I'm going to take a peek here for the 3 years, the last 3 years. We have not been here for 3 years. These shares have not been here 3 years ago. These shares of Cisco at this price has not been here since what year? 2000. We haven't been here since the year 2000. In 2003, Cisco got up to $27 a share. Now, these shares have split, so let's be fair. They weren't trading at $27 way back in the day. They split, but still, $27 a share in 04. 07, $32 a share. In 2010, they were $26.99 a share. In 2015, $29 a share. In 2017, $34 a share. In 2019, $56 a share. We're 69 right now. In the high around 2021, at the high of those markets, this stock was $61.34. It is $69 right now. Cisco, PE multiple, 28. This stock was trading at half this price, 14-time multiple, just a little while ago, probably when the stock was around $42 a share or 39 or 38 a share in 2020. It has gone up to 28 times earnings. Market cap, $273 billion, and that is the shocker. A monster like Cisco that is everywhere isn't even a $300 billion company. When you talk about $3 trillion other companies, it's quite shocking. Moving on, Netflix up $4 to $13.10 now. Netflix is trading at a multiple of 61.7, and the market cap is $550 billion. Is it worth it? I don't know if it's worth that much money as a corporation. Pfizer's up a dime to $24. ARC Innovations, Kathy Woods' fund, her ETF is at 71.40, and we are at record highs, or at least 52-week highs. Let's be fair. I don't know if this is a record high. 52-week highs over the last 3 years. She has never been here. In all-time lifetime, she was once in the year 2021 at $156. So yes, this stock has been more than double this at one time. Her market cap right now, $5.5 billion. Sorry, no, sorry, market cap, I'm not showing it. Pardon me, hold it, I apologize. Hold it. Assets, $5.5 billion, 96 million shares outstanding. Okay. So it's probably a $5 billion thing. And I'm not sure about their PE multiple. I don't know if they're showing it here. It's a fund, so it's not a typical corporate entity. But she is winning at the moment, but it's been quite a bit higher. Moving on, IBM, my goodness, up 87 cents yesterday, up 106 now to 293 roughly. 292.57, my goodness. Trading at PE multiple of 50. That is unheard of for IBM. Unthinkable. This used to be a 14 to 20 time multiple company. 50 time PE multiple. Market cap, $271 billion. I really believe what's going on here is there are people who are very hopeful about the quantum computer thing they're doing. Fair enough. In the last year, they were down to 173, all-time high, 296, right around this range. But the reality is, by the way, over 3 years, we haven't been this high. And in the history of the company, or let's see, No, we've never been this high before, even going back to 1985, 2000, 2014. Never been this high. This stock is partially this high because the company did stock buybacks for 20 years, all through the early 2000s, like 1990, 2000. They bought back their stock left, right, and center. So there are very few floating around. It's not like IBM is everywhere and there's stock all over the place. It only moves a penny at a time. There's a shrinkage of stock. There's a shortage of paper, loose paper. There are so many billions and trillions in the hands of hedge fund managers, pension fund, mutual funds, and other entities, the Cathie Woods of the world, $5.5 billion of assets under administration. These guys collectively around the world can acquire 100 million shares of IBM like that. Then you get the casual investor, the casual speculator. And when you're in a taxi cab in New York City and the cab driver wants to talk to you about the stock market, or is willing to talk to you about the stock market, or the Japanese cab driver in Tokyo, or the cab driver in Zurich wants to talk to you, or willing to talk to you about stocks, it's over. We're frothing at the mouth. These guys are all buying into the IBM quantum story. They don't know what it means. They don't know what the financials mean. There will be no economic gain for IBM for years from the quantum computer thing they're building. It will take years to perfect it, years to monetize it. But people are ignoring that. They're back to the dot-com bubble of 2000, which many of you weren't alive for, because that was 25 years ago. And some of you are you're 40 and you were 15 then, and you didn't give a crap, because at 15, what were you thinking about? What was your number one priority in life at age 15? It wasn't the stock market. Okay, I'm not going to embarrass you by bringing it up. Okay. Even if you were 20 or 25 years old in dot-com land in 1999, 2000, you didn't know the details of what was really going on in the economic world as a whole. And you're now, how old? You were 20 in 2000. You're 45 today, and you're looking at IBM going, wow, IBM's at all these all-time record highs. This is incredible. Yeah, shortage of paper. That's all it is. You know what IBM should be doing right now? What should they be doing right now? A capped call financing for $5 billion, $10 billion. IBM should be raising cash right now. IBM should be issuing zero interest debentures or convertible notes, just like our friends at Supermicro did last night or the other day. IBM should be raising 10, 15, 20 billion in cash right now, while the market is willing to give it to them. GameStop is doing it. GameStop proportionately is raising more money than almost any corporation out there on earth, considering the size of that company. Think about it. GameStop hasn't even have 300 million shares outstanding, and they're raising 2 billion at a time, again and again and again. 8.8 billion in cash from nothing 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when I started talking to you guys. GameStop has been one of the most successful corporations in the world to raise cash from nothing. You got to hand it to this guy. I mean, this is phenomenal. There are 2 analysts covering GameStop. How many analysts cover IBM? My God. Okay, Uber down 73 cents this morning. HPQ up 4. We're opening in a minute. Home Depot's up 73. Vanek up $1. Adobe up 36. And Enphase down 82. Are you having fun today? Are you going to have fun today? Thank you all for joining me. Welcome to the SoFi Show. I think 17 is going to be eviscerated sometime today. We'll figure it out. Thank you all for joining me. Larry has done what Larry does so well. Thank you, Larry. And thank you, Zed. 42 months and counting. Thank you, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Zed Estate, thanks, buddy, for being here so loyally for us. Juan, JV, I got caught yesterday on my Qs, 546. I had to buy back at the last minute, but oh well. Today is another day, and here we are at 547.23 or something. Let's see what happens. In the next minute, we'll get the real number. What are we doing? Where are we at? What's happening? Hey, today's another day to make money. We never stop writing. We're here to make dough. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for joining me from wherever you are. I appreciate you, as I'm sure you well are aware. I cannot thank you enough. Have you answered my question of the day today? Have you hit the thumbs up button today? Are you doing your part? to help my channel stay on the air, please help me stay on the air. Don't let them kick me out. We have 104 thumbs ups, 233 people watching. Thank you, loyal viewers. We have 204 people who have answered the question of the day. SoFi has doubled since April, and I think it will break 20 by the end of July on strong earnings. 59% of you say, yeah, I think you're right, Uncle Bruce. 1708 on your SoFi, by the way. 1708. Yeah, I think it's going to break 20. 60% say yes, 40% are saying no. I have a suspicion if the stock goes to 18 today, that poll will change even more to the positive. Some of you folks are going to wait a while before you answer that question. It's okay. I don't mind. It's all right. I'm so glad you're with us and glad to have you here. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Get us to 200 today. I would think I deserve 200 thumbs ups. With the stock at 1708, I mean, come on. If I can't get 200 thumbs ups when SoFi hits $17, I don't know what I have to do with you people, for you people, to you people. Thank you. Felix, hey, Uncle Bruce, I wrote 0 day to expiry call credit spreads yesterday on the Qs, 546, 549, and I got caught. Rolled to 549, 554 for today. Not looking too good. Any thoughts? Well, let's take a look right now. I think you're doing pretty damn good. 547 up $1. It hasn't caught you yet. I think you're going to be, you might be quite all right. We'll see how this market sorts itself out in the next hour. We're at record highs on the Qs, on the Nasdaq. We're at record highs on S&P. How much higher do we have to go today? We've reached these levels, which has been a 5% lift in just the last couple of weeks. Is there another 5% from here? Have we underestimated how incredibly great the American economy is going to be in the next year? I wonder about that. Are we overcooked right now? Just a little. Qs up $1 at the moment, 105 at this moment in time. Okay, let's go. Dow's up 172. The Qs are now up 85 cents. Which is more accurate? 102, 185? I don't know. I'm just a guy in front of a computer trying to watch this market. SoFi 1706 up 29 cents. I can tell you that. High already, 1711. 4.3 million in the first 3 minutes. GameStop up 2 cents, 23.88. Rocket Lab up 93 cents to 37.07 with a 37.21 high, which is 6 cents away from an all-time new record high. 3 million already traded on Rocket Lab. Microsoft down 19, Apple up 162, Nvidia up 114, Meta up 370, Google up 62, Tesla down 776, Amazon up 396. Netflix down 150, Broadcom up 74, IBM up 30, ASTS up $2 to 52.65. Hello, Kim's up $1. MicroStrategy, MSTR up 96 cents to 387.59. AI up 6, Supermicro up 8 more cents to 49.35. Palantir down 5 buckaroos, if I'm reading this right. Down $5 to 141, opened at 144.97, trading at 614 times conservative earnings. Oh my God. Okay, 141. There you have it. Moving on. Intel up 17, SmartRent up 2.2 of a penny. Coinbase new highs, 369 up 65. Costco up $1 at 984. $984. That is. EI Lilly down 140. Uber down $2. Cisco down 12 cents. Adobe down a penny. AMD up 218 to 145. What a run AMD has been on, to say the least. Are you having fun, kids? Welcome to the party, pal. We've got a little pop to open. How long and how far can it hold? What is in it? Felix, you know what you have to do. If in an hour or two from now this market is up here, you're going to roll again, and that's what you're just going to do. All right. Thank you, everybody, for popping in here. Thank you. Be the Casino. It looks like I'm going to have to roll my SoFi 1650 covered calls that expire today. Oh, well, at least my stock is up almost $7. Nice job. Roll into 20s if you want. Grab some cash. Why not? What's going on? Good morning. Hello. Thank you for comments. Thank you for being here. The knee emojis are coming out from all over the place as expected. Thank you again. Should we be gambling on Trump and tariff crashing the market again next week? Gambling? Gambling? What are you talking about, gambling? Bobby, are you still buying those BILs? Are you getting that daily interest? Juan is wondering here, JM, come get this Amazon 325 covered call market. I'll turn around and write a very powerful cash secured put. There you go. Giddy up. So, same thing here with our friend on these SoFi calls. If you're getting caught on SoFi, you buy back your calls, sell your SoFi at 17 something, and write cash secured put 20s for June next year. Take that $5 or something and grab that and say thanks. I just took $22 from my SoFi. You could do that rather than write a new call. Up to you. Up to you. Brian, good morning. 118 thumbs up. Sheepy investor, should I wait or roll my Q call spreads? I'm at 545, 550, expiring next Friday. I think you wait a little bit here for the day, 3-4 hours. Let's see what we have here, and I'll play it by ear. The VIX is positive, negative 32 at 1627, but it's not positive $1. And so we are tentatively going higher, like tentatively, which tells me we're on eggshells with these high prices, and we could see a $2-4 pullback on Qs in a heartbeat. So just okay. There you are. Welcome everybody. NVIDIA, Bruce, 156.50 on the NVIDIA shares. Giddy up $1.30. The high today, 157, new all-time high, $3.8 trillion market cap for NVIDIA. All right, Apple up 138, Microsoft unchanged now, Meta up 575, Google up 44, Tesla only down 568, now not down 7, Amazon up 370, Netflix down $3, Broadcom down 33 cents, IBM down 68. So it's mixed. We're up 184 on the Dow, maybe 205 on the Dow. We're up 17 on S&P, Nasdaq up just 66 points, 1/3%, I believe, is what we have here. Q's 547.87 or so, about $1.65 higher at the moment. Sheepy says, thank you, Uncle B. Glad Palantir's finally dropping, says user EU. I'm tired of rolling my spreads on that one. Now I have 7 July 18, 155.60 call credit spreads on the Palantir. And the Palantir right now, 140.44, and you're 15 out of the money. So down 587. Let's see what happens. This is where rollovers pay big. When you do a rollover like this, and then you get that pullback, the spread between you and the stock just goes like that. Thank you very much. Enjoy the shrinkage as it goes on here. BR, Uncle Bruce, this week I wrote call credit spreads on Tesla, 370, 390. I did this twice. The Teslas are 324, by the way. Sold. Bought, sold, bought, 350.70 twice, 340.50 twice. I'm up $1,200. Where on earth did you learn how to do this? What classes are you taking out there that is giving you this kind of knowledge? It's unbelievable. Brian Hood, 83.50. Sometimes we have grotesque quotes, and there's one of them. What can I say? We're up 196 on the Dow. Qs are up 180 at 548. They were 549 this morning for a while, 549.10 for a while in the pre-market. We're at 548 right now. Spiders are up 170. SoFi is at 1707, up 30 cents. High of the day, 1711. Low, 1684. That was the opening. 6.5 million traded in 10 minutes on your SoFi. 1708. I think it wants to go higher. GameStop, 2391. Will it break 24 this morning and then take a run? I don't know. We'll just see. I don't know. I don't think it's a barrier, a psychological barrier, 24. I'm waiting for GameStop to just go. Rocket Lab up 39 cents. Microsoft, again, negative just 15 at the moment. All right. Tesla down $5. 323, kids. Enjoy the ride. Beautifully done, everybody. And happy Friday from Free Range, Uncle Bruce and gang. All the best to all of you out there from around the world watching me today. Thank you again for being part of the program. Also hitting the thumbs up meter today and answering the question of the day. Appreciate you all being here. 120 thumbs ups, 80 to go to hit 200. I hope we get that today. Would love to see that in a short order if possible. The question of the day has now been answered 216 times, and 60% of you are saying yes to the question of the day. The question of the day is SoFi has doubled since April. It's now at 17 from 850. I think it's going to break 20 by the end of July. Like in the next 30 something days, it's going to break 20 bucks. 60% of you say yeah. I asked the other day if it was going to break, 17 by the end of July, a couple of days ago. Now I'm asking if it's going to break 20. And most of you still say yes. 17 now on your SoFi. 17. That's a new high of the day. And we are zooming in here. You take that off of 1842. We are $1.26 away from a new 52-week high on your SoFi. That is how significant this is. Many of you are looking at your SoFi going, oh my God, it's making me rich. This thing is making me a lot of money. My retirement account has never looked this good. That capital that I've been sitting in there since I wrote these cash secured puts, those 20s are just dropping. Uncle Bruce, I can't believe it. 17, they're not even worth $3 anymore. Those suckers were worth $11+ each at $8.50 a share. Now they're not even worth $3. The book value is shrinking here. Yes, you're right, Uncle Bruce. This keeps going up. I'm going to have to roll my 20s. There are people rolling 15s and 17s to 22s. Go out to June 26 now. Go out a year, not 6 months. Go out a year. Take dollars, many more dollars. Mike, my $23 GameStop cash secured puts expire today. I offer to buy them back at a penny because you are a nice guy. You are a charitable bloke. BR, freaking YouTube. Why did it change me? Handle. Why did it change my handle on here? I have no idea what's going on with you. Brian, Uncle Bruce, GameStop has record low IVs right now, meaning premiums are the cheapest I've ever seen. Something has to give soon. At Andrea is saying, hey, Uncle Bruce, I have a 551, 553 call credit spread on the Qs. 51.53 expiring in 10 days. Should I already look for a roll? What should I do? Well, we're 547.90 up 168. The Dow's up 222 right now. We're pushing all-time highs on the S&P, of course. But we're only up a third of a percentage point here on these indexes. We're not like rocketing with 2% gains. And I don't have economic news to tell you that we're just going to go nuts. But I am waiting. I really am wondering, when are we getting a little pullback? When are we getting like a $4 to $8 kind of pullback, 1.5% from this massive run up? Remember, these Qs were 525, 530 a week ago. We're at 547, 548. A little close. Now, I hear you. 551, 53, you're watching. I'm watching. We're all watching. They go down a lot faster than they go up. You all know this too, everybody. You can have a 1% gain day after day, and then a 4% loss in one session. And 4% loss on this Q, $20 in one day. So just give it another hour. Let's see what we got. If necessary, you'll do a roll, but if not, you won't. Andrea, also, I have 549, 550 expiring 6 days. I might roll those. 549, you might, get those a little higher. Again, wait for a little while and study the market. Now, for some of you, I want to mention this quickly. Rolling over and or just cashing in, all right? If you've done a credit spread, let's say a call credit spread, let's say this call credit spread, 549, 550, just an example. Could be any credit spread. And if Andrea wants to roll this, there are a couple of ways you can do it, depending on who you use as your broker. If you created a credit spread trade to do the credit spread, in other words, you wrote the call and bought the call at the exact same time as a transaction, you might or might not have to undo it as a credit spread. You might be able, again, depending on your platform, and each of you have to check this out yourself, you might be able to buy back in this case, the 549 call separately and leave the 550 call alone. Now, why would you do that? The reason I'm talking here is that if you want to do a rollover and the market has moved along here and the spread on the call is 5 cents, the one you wrote, and the spread on the one you've got is 5 cents, let's just say it is. You want to get the best price for your spread to get out of this, okay? So if you can buy back your call as an individual buyback with a stink bid, so if there's a 5 cent difference between buyer and seller, and you can be 1 penny ahead of the buyer instead of hitting the market, you might sit 1 penny ahead of the buyer, or you might be 3-4 cents behind the buyer, and a little dip on the market, you're out. You're able to buy it back at the price you want it. Now you have the call that you're long on the other side. You can now choose when to unload it. So if the stock Qs have a dip and you can buy back your call individually on a dip, and then there's a recovery of the dip, a 5, 10, 15 cent recovery on the dip, and your calls pop up 4, 5, 6 cents, and you offload them there, you've actually pulled off a better spread trade than if you just entered the order as a spread. Does that make sense to you guys? Now, when you take on your new spread, the rollover, you want to go 551, 552, or 553, 554, whatever it is. You will then do that spread as a spread trade and pick your spread price and execute it. But when you unwind it, you may be able to unwind the short calls first and the long calls second. Just either within a minute, or you might take a half an hour on the calls. Because if you buy back a call that you were short and you're now noticing that the markets are all rising a little bit, you're going to sit there with that call and let it go up a little bit, and goes up 10, 15, 20 cents, and then offload it. Well, that just improved your spread. Whether you lost on it, you won on it, you were breaking even on it, it doesn't matter. You're now going to offload those calls and now create your next spread. Okay? Just saying. Your brokerage account will be more powerful if you close your short position regardless. If you can close your short calls first, your marginability pops back up again because it's something you have margin on. Whereas the ones you own, the calls you own, that's just a cash buy now. That's just a purchase you made with cash or margin, and you're long those calls. All right? Keep that in mind. All right. Brian, why is Nike up 21% this week? Because it might be better than they thought it was, but it's still god-awful. Take a look at a 2-year chart. Stay out of there. $120 SoFi contracts waiting, Uncle Bruce, to be cashed. Lisa, I paper traded a credit spread on IBKR. It allowed me to close just one leg. There you go. Lisa, actually, I couldn't figure out how to close the whole spread, so just close the leg that was green. Jellyfish, good info to add to the edited class number 1. Lisa, Nike had earnings beat this week, but warned that tariffs will cost them $1 billion. But Nike is still down 12%. There you go. Yeah, I think tougher times are still tough times ahead for Nike. Welcome all. Why is the chat showing everyone's Google account names and not YouTube names? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't do it. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. Crazy. That's what I said, Brian. That's what I said. I already asked this question. Yeah, well, you're asking the wrong guy. Okay, maybe somebody here has the answer. No clue, my friends. I don't know what they do and how they do what they do. I'm just grateful to be in front of you. Thank you for the thumbs ups, keeping me on the air, because that helps a lot. If you don't hit the thumbs up button, it shows less engagement, and they're not going to promote my channel. And if they're not promoting my channel, they might give up on it. I don't know. I'm just a guy. I'm not sponsored. I'm not a big deal in the YouTube world. So thumbs ups help a lot. Okay. Thank you all for whatever thumbs ups we have so far. Last I saw 120, now 130. Thank you. Appreciate it. Seeing an ad here. 100 Canadian owned and operated Sandman Hotel Group. Look at that. Now, Church's Texas Chicken. I got an ad for Church's Texas Chicken. Candied chicken thing. Yikes. Wow. Okay. 233 votes in now. Thank you for the 60-40 split on those of you thinking that GameStop, that SoFi will hit 20 by the end of July. We're at 1704 on the shares of SoFi, 2388 on GameStop, Rocket Lab down 7. The markets might be getting ready to slip a little. Let's see if that really happens. And Brian, Crazy 49er, Uncle Bruce broke YouTube, of course. I knew it, says Crazy 49er. Rodent on the road. Wait, now I'm curious. And good morning, by the way. Jellyfish, class 19, Uncle B. Being edited, stand by. Okay, from me, it's only the alias name, says Rodent. I know who that is. Flair from Dortmund. Mr. Lucky Go Around, I sold a call credit spread on Nike, 65.66, and its pop sure was a surprise. I had to roll, and now I can stop sweating. There you go. Splair, today is the day of crazy names. Yeah, some of you I recognize, some of you I don't. I don't know who this is. I have to look at the avatar maybe, and that'll help me. Jellyfish Playa. Is that Rosita? Who is that exactly? I hate to guess and be wrong. And I'm terrible with names, generally speaking, as it is. Okay, 547.93. It appears to be for the Qs. I will triple check. 547.98. 548.02 on the Qs, up $1.80 or so right now. Where the Dow is up 240. That's the high of the day, I think. S&P is up 22, a third of a percent, roughly 3.37. Nasdaq up 0.36, Dow is up 0.55. Oil up 63 cents, 65.87. Oil cannot get out of that 65 range right now. VIX are still negative 35 at 1625 or so, positive at the moment. Okay. Hey, Bobby. Yeah, I'm still holding BIL. I'm still wondering if I should close my cash secured put and let Trump be Trump next week. And dude, this is just an experiment to see if Uncle Bruce recognizes me. Dude ass face. Who am I really? Mojo Mama. Maybe. This Mandela effect situation. What if YouTube always showed these names and we're remembering wrong? That was sleazy. Mr. Lucky, thank you. Says Mr. Lucky. RB Brian tried to fix but messed everything up. It's crazy. Bobby, I don't hide on the internet. I'm Bobby everywhere. That's it. Giddy up, kids. The high of the day on your Qs are 548.14 and we're at 548.11. Let's call it the high of the day right now. 0.37 for the Nasdaq, 0.38% gain for S&P, and 0.56 for the Dow. Do we hold these and just keep going, or do we gotta get a first good hour and then begin to peter out? Is this a dead cat bounce from highs that just haven't got much more in them, and profit taking will take place as the option expiry window closes today? All options expire today for stocks and equities, except if they're dated beyond today, obviously. Welcome all to the program. Nice to have you here. 548, 547.95 on the Q. 1706 on your SoFi. Microsoft now down $1.20. That is interesting. Apple up 192, was down yesterday. Nvidia's only up 65 cents. We are close to a sell-off, I think. We're not up $3 on Nvidia. We're up 65 lousy cents. We're down 291 on Tesla again. Down 120 on Microsoft, down on Tesla, 65-cent gain on Nvidia, 96-cent gain on Google. It's, we do have winners, like we're up $6 on Meta, but that's a $733 stock. Remember that. Amazon up $380 at $220 a share. Netflix up $4, $1,300 stock. This can turn in a heartbeat. Broadcom down 125. Keep that in mind. IBM unchanged. So let's just see. Supermicro down 34. Palantir down 850 at 137.90, 138 a share on Palantir. Hello, credit spread writers. Rejoice over there. What else is going on? Coinbase down 955. Uber down 160. Any other reds? Cisco down 8. Enphase down 71. Moderna only up 17 cents. Pfizer up just 12. Okay. We're down 70 on JP Morgan. Not all banks are up. DraftKings down 49 cents. The all Robinhood 82.83 down 169, giving up ground. Robinhood giving up ground today. Okay. Who else is getting hit? DoorDash down 190, Airbnb down 50 cents, Micron down 39 cents today. So they're not all shifting to new all-time record highs. There are some reds here and there. But overall, those Qs are rolling. 548 to 57. Keep an eye open for rollover possibilities. There you have it. Thank you, everybody. Let's go. Rodent says the new members are always welcome here. In this case, welcome. It's a chaotic day already. Brian, short week next week. Yes, July 4th closed Friday. Brian, I have Monday, Tuesday off up here in Canada. It's July 1st. Yes, July 1. Canada Day on Monday. I'll be on the air Monday, though. GameStop, 2401, Bruce. We broke 24 on GameStop. Thank you, Brian, for that note. I've been waiting and watching for this. Will GameStop have a run into the 25, 27 level, 28? I say yes. Today, maybe not, but I say yeah. SoFi, 1712, up 36, 1713 on your SoFi. Congratulations. 548.62 up 240 on the Qs. Hard to say that very quickly. 548.60. These are, in effect, new all-time highs for the Qs. 548.71 was just set a moment ago on a bit of a shot where the Nasdaq is up 96 points, S&P up 28, and the Dow up 270. Where's the high? When is the high? How high is the high? And how much of a pullback do we get? I don't see a 5% drop the very minute we hit new all-time highs. But I can see a slight couple of dollars here and there. And then next week, all bets are off. Jen has done it again. The jelly bagels are in. Thank you so much, Jen.
What an odd sky this morning.
Is it an odd, smoky filled maybe, or what?
I don't know what it is. Maybe a little bit of smoke, but it's just very grayish looking.
Very gray sky. The markets are at record highs.
Of course they are.
Except the Dow. It's close, but not yet there.
I heard on the radio this morning, though, some of the Republicans are not happy with this big, beautiful bill.
Oh, yeah.
You know, nobody's been talking about Rand for a while, so he had to have his statement, get his little soundbite and all that.
Yeah.
Because, of course, the pressure is on. They got to get it done by next Friday. Well, Thursday. They want their Independence Day to match the real Independence Day. Yeah.
I guess in the Senate, there's someone called the parliamentarian.
Yes. The what?
The rules keeper. The persons who make the senators abide by their rules they passed in past administrations. And right now, the parliamentarian is saying you can't cut Medicaid by $250 billion to balance the budget. You have an issue here, and I don't know what the details of it are, but some Republicans are saying, why don't we just ignore the Republican? We ignore the parliamentarian. After all, we're in charge. When the Democrats are running, then we'll enforce parliamentarian rules. Well, while we're in charge, we can do whatever we want.
Yes, it's the same no matter who has the power. They say that. I hear crunching, but no burning today. I managed not to burn it. Didn't burn my hand. I tell you. And I keep burning it in the same place.
Oh, you got to wear gloves. Protect yourself.
I need those silicone gloves that chefs wear.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Good morning, all of you from around the world. 227 people here right now.
End of June. Coming up to the end of June, man.
Yeah. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button for me, please.
This is a long weekend for Canadians.
Yeah, Canadians get a long weekend this weekend. Next weekend, I guess Americans are taking off. 139 thumbs ups. Keep them coming. 228 people who have answered the poll question.
Which was?
SoFi has doubled since April, and I think it will break $20 by the end of July on strong earnings. 60% say, I think you're right.
When's the next earnings out?
The end of the quarter is in 3 days.
Oh.
through the
So
weekend.
about 3 weeks after that.
So next week, we're into the third quarter of the year, and by the end of the month, we will have SoFi's quarterly financials, which I think will blow everybody out of the water again.
Makes you feel like the year is just screaming past to say that. They'll be in the third quarter.
140 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for these thumbs ups. Keep them coming. Keep them coming in. We have all kinds of questions coming in about, should I be rolling over my Qs? What should I do with this?
How
Some of you are just scoring money left, right, and center, having a wonderful time of it. Keep up the good work. Qs 549.13. We are matching the pre-market highs now at 549.13, up 291 on the Qs. This is your signal to, if you can do rollovers in the next hour, look at doing rollovers. If it wants to stay up here, roll forward. If it wants to back off a couple of bucks later this afternoon and you've done a rollover, you're going to be a happy camper whenever the back off happens. Go forward in time. Do not be afraid to go into next week. Remember, you can't write next Friday expiries. You can only write next Thursdays because if Friday we're closed. So keep that in mind as well. The Dow is up 309, S&P up 33, Nasdaq up 109, VIX up 36, and the oil market at 65.84, up 60 cents. People are saying hi to you. Mandu is here. Larry.
Hi, Larry.
The names on the channel are not the normal names.
What?
Google has got a screw up.
Oh, really?
So everybody's name is like at something. Like Mandu, instead of Mandu5, it says at Mandu5. Well, that's normal.
Yeah.
Larry Titus says at Larry Titus 5110.
Okay.
Splair. You ready for this name?
Okay.
At Rodent on the Road. Richard Carlin's at Richard Carlin 5356. Bagel Babe at Bagel Babe. See? So everyone's all over the place. I have one here called at user.-EU1SL9VC6B. Who the hell is that? I don't know who the hell that is.
I don't know. That's a nice invisible name.
A hell of a, my Spider July 18 call credit spreads are now getting close to in the money. I have 615.20 spreads on Spider. We're at 615 right now. But I think I should wait before looking at rolling over to new options. There you go.
Straighten a little bit. There you go. There you go. You're going to have noise soon. They're bringing in the machinery. They're paving our road.
The entire city block in front of our apartment.
Has been closed off to everybody but us.
They've stripped all the pavement off. All the manhole covers are now 4 inches off the surface.
Yeah.
They're going to repave the entire road today.
And it's going to be beautiful when it's done.
We had patches everywhere. Like, oh gosh.
Oh, our roads are embarrassing.
This road in front of us was patched and patched and patched.
The world is coming to us next week, and our potholes and the ridges.
When she says the world is coming here, Stampede, the Calgary exhibition of Stampede starts next Thursday.
Today is the parade. I love the Calgary Stampede Parade. I highly encourage you to go see it in person. It's great.
Bagel Babe.
Oh, and Shania Twain. Well, I guess it'll depend on what the weather is like, whether she'll be in a car or on a horse.
It's not Shania Twain. It's Shania.
Shania.
Bagel Babe, Anti-Gen did not burn anything. Very bullish signal.
There you go. There you go. That's right. I was paying attention.
Mike says it's permanent. Google changed it. Tom, what does mine say? At Tom-JC9TF. I have no idea what this means. Says Tom. I'm the rodent on the road. Who had the past days? Now Spider calls. The user, it's Austin, by the way. User. I kind of like my mysterious name.
Exactly.
I kind of like this.
He's like some mysterious James Bond.
It's hell on earth for me because I can't refer to you as my, I just got to look at this going, so-and-so says. Bobby equals Bobby, says Bobby. Brian, Uncle Bruce, I have GameStop, Jan 26, $29 cash secured puts. I got 716 for. I think I should buy back and roll down to 23.25s. No. Stay right there. Brian, Bobby equals Bobby. Beach Boy. Hi, AJ. Sorry.
What does Beach Boy say?
Well, his says at Beach Boy, 39.42, but he says, hi, AJ. Sorry, at Lemon Pie and Jameson.
There you go.
At Lemon Pie and Jameson. Qs 549.44. Highs of the day right now in the Qs because the Nasdaq is at the high today, up 115 points right now. That's what we're watching.
There you go.
Benu, Tom.
Is Benu back?
Benu says, well, this is I think it's a crazy 49er.
Oh.
At Tom-JC9TF, quote, dude, what does mine say? Sweet. JV 552, 557 Qs, 550, only paying 14 cents, too close for comfort. And just let the market keep going up. Just wait. Just wait.
If you're not comfortable, do what you got to do.
Yeah, GameStop $24 cash secured puts for July 225 sounds interesting. For GameStop. GameStop right now $23.97. We did break 24 so far today. We have done it. Psychologically, we broke it. Now will it kind of pop to 25? There you go. That's James.
Yeah. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Happy Canada Day, Canadians. And everybody else, enjoy the end of June. It's lovely. It's the lovely weather coming. The long dog days of summer.
But the days are getting shorter.
Yes. Not by much, but it's going to start accelerating.
But we've turned.
Yeah, we've turned. We have wonderful twilight here. I desperately miss it when we're not here.
SoFi 1730, 52. New high since January.
Yeah, not this year.
The high for the year 1842. $1.12. That's it. Only $1.12 to go. Those $20 cash secured puts you wrote, they're now worth $2.70 book value. Yeah, baby. There you go. Right there. Thumbs up from Auntie Jen.
Supposed to look at, right?
Okay.
Not that. Not that. This. That's it. That's as far as it'll go. Somewhere.
Oh my. Tom,
there's my burn. Don't you all feel sorry for me?
Look at those burns. Look at the sacrifice she makes.
For that bagel. Bye, everybody.
All right, guys. Rodent on the road. If AI is doing this changes, I hope AI YouTube is listening to Uncle Bruce. Brian, 720, 1728, 1730, Bruce. It's going to the moon. Oh, it's just going to go higher. It's going to go through 20. Don't worry about it. Mike, it's showing account names now, not usernames. Rodent, have a relaxed weekend, Andy Jet. Mike, it's the new feature, I guess. We have luckily some rainy days to cool down back to 28 degrees now, probably in the upcoming days. A 7 degrees Celsius cool down. Can't wait for that. Binu, I'm loving my SoFi $15 and $17 puts. This is good stuff, Uncle B. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. GameStop, 2406. Thank you, GameStop. The Qs, 549.60. Running along. I bet you 2 weeks ago, you didn't think you'd be writing 550, 555 credit spreads on Qs. Unbelievable. 203 DTE, laughing out loud. Charlie, just rolled one of my 2 NVIDIA covered calls. I had a 115 poor man covered call that I wrote 152s against. I bought back my 152 December covered for 2140, and then I rolled to sell 165 to Jan 26 for 1720 premium. There we go. That's a smart move. That is a $13 move up in strike right there. Giddy up. Alrighty. Chart. Still own 152 cover call for December 19. Spare. Weather is crazy. I see today 21 tomorrow, 27 the next week, 35 next Tuesday. Oh man, Florida is my life. Great. 1728 and 2414. SoFi 1728, GameStop 2414. Rocket Lab up 67 cents. Microsoft unchanged. Give back the losses. Trying to break even. Apple's up 116. NVIDIA up 125 with markets at record highs. NVIDIA is not up $8. It's not up $10. 132 higher. Facebook up 8.30. Google up $1. Tesla down 2.34. Amazon up 3.95. Netflix up 12. Broadcom gone green up 18 cents and IBM up 31. Okay. Man. Headline about Tesla rolling out the robo-taxis while suffering lower sales worldwide. Think about that. Qs 549.51. The highs on the Qs so far today, 549.79. We're 25 cents off the high, but close to it nonetheless. A 330 gain so far on the Qs. Dow's up 337. Spiders are up 341 to 615.28. SoFi 1728. 1750 is next, kids. 2411 on GameStop. $25 is next on GameStop. Giddy up, you guys. Thank you for the thumbs ups today. Thank you for the participation on the question of the day. Cayman Islands are advertising on my channel. Visit the Cayman Islands. And I got a soft serve ice cream machine ad, Ninja. How about that? Every time I pop on my screen just to see how I'm doing with thumbs ups, I get to see new ads. 143 on the thumbs up. Keep them coming, guys. 57 away from 200. 232 answers on today's question of the day. 60% of you are thinking, these SoFi shares could break $20 by the end of July, the way this thing is going for sure. 1730 right now, up 53 cents today. What a week SoFi has had. It's been a wonderful week. My goodness, what a chart that is. Let me show you. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful chart we've had here. There you go. Oh my goodness. Let me just move that over here and see if I can make this happen. Here we are. There we go. And we'll get over here and we'll magic of live YouTubing. See if I can get this to show right there. Your SoFi. Nope, that's Palantir. Look at that. Unbelievable. I got to get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then I'm going to get rid of this one. And I'm going to go back in here and try to get this SoFi chart for you. Here we go. Don't mind me. Here it is. There's your SoFi for the week. Look at that. Isn't that a pretty little thing? Wow. 1733, baby. Look at that price. It's not too shabby, huh? Nice little spike to start the day. And yesterday, and the day before, and the day before. Look at that. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Pop, pop, pop. There be winners in that stamp, in that corral over there. There are some serious winners over there. All right. Yeah, kind of like it. I kind of like it a lot. Welcome to the party, pals. Nice to have you in the house. And I just want you guys to get richer. Nothing personal. I just want you to get richer. Cash secured puts are paying handsomely for all of you playing the SoFi stock, of course. Okay, let's go back to comments. Here we are. Emails coming through. Bobby. The count is only 28,000 away from my BIL value shrinking away. SoFi, you're the holder of 20 grand at least. Square, looking at today's price, I regret that I gained yesterday almost 300, exactly only 292 with the buy to open SoFi calls. Oil or ragdoll? What happened on Palantir? Fear of missing out, said Bobby. James of the Mystery Tree, I'm confused. I have January cash secured puts on GameStop, and the 32s are up 10%, but the 22s are down 5%. Now, again, I don't have any history of this trade, so I when you did it, how you did it, what you did it, blah, blah, I don't know. The stock goes higher, 2410. The cash secured puts will go lower, but sometimes your bid and asks are inaccurate. Sometimes there's glitches. I don't know. I'm as confused as you are because I don't know what I'm dealing with here. Written at different dates, Bobby wants to know. James, written around the same time months ago. Zeta State, I do have cash secured puts on SoFi, 20 contracts with a 22 strike. I sold a few months ago for $8. They expire March 26th, 42 months time well spent. Interesting. Bagel Babe, Uncle Bruce, I have some of the SoFi calls for 10. But my net liquidation position is still showing positive. Look like if I buy the calls back and then sell the stock, I am net profitable. Just wondering on your thoughts. Yes, you would be net profitable because you probably received a credit over and above the when you wrote the 10s, you got a premium. So I'm assuming interesting. Oil or ragdoll? Ollie is the cat. He's a ragdoll. Ollie Ragdoll. Oh my gosh. I hate name changes like this. I hate it because I'm going to blow it, and blow it again and again and again. I hate it. I'm so bad at names. Anyway, I'm just a guy. The Qs are up. The Qs are up now. 309 at 549.31. They backed off from 549.98. They've come down 68 cents here at the moment. We're up 111 on the Nasdaq. We're up 31 on S&P. We're up 299 on the Dow. We backed off a little on all of these. It would appear just a little. Okay, we'll see about that. 549.29 on the Qs. All right. Those of you pulling off rollovers today, smiling already, I'm sure. Okay. Somehow, Bagel Babe, I lucked out with my name staying the same again. Very bullish signals today. There you go. Jeff, James, the Mystery Tree, probably just really wide spreads in the bid ask and low volume that far out. And I think that might be the answer there. Mm-hmm. This is so good. SoFi, 1736. Thank you, SoFi. Already hit 1741. Giddy up, SoFi. Qs are still sitting around 549, 36, 38 range at the moment. GameStop, 24.12. Thank you, GameStop. Rocket Lab up 67 cents. Okay, there you go. Very low premiums on the Qs today. Charlie, nothing unless you're $2 away from the fire. James, thanks all. I can't complain about it since the in the money is eventually going to win. You're going to win. You're going to win. Giddy up. Oh my goodness. You can understand that premiums on the Qs will shrink when you hit record high after record high after record high. I mean, everyone begins to think sooner or later we're going to give this up. Some of it. Will we have a day where we go up $3, $4, come back and only be up $1 for the day, or we go up $3, $4 and then drop and be down $2 on the day? Like, when does that happen? Because it does happen. When? How? What? Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? Are we off $8 a unit on Tuesday during the day and then have a $3 recovery? Are we going to suffer a series of dead cat bounce rallies and fades for a week going forward, 2 weeks going forward? We're at record highs. So there's questions. Welcome to the party, pal. 549.56 on the Qs. Trying to recover. Nasdaq back up 123. Was that the first of several sell-offs, recoveries? Sell-offs, recoveries. What are we going to get? And a lot of analysts out there who use the term hacksaw trading, where we just kind of chop along, choppy. We just kind of find a range, and then we're just chopping in that range the whole time for days, weeks. Maybe we're beginning that. I don't know. This isn't an 8-second attention span thing. Takes a little longer to absorb and digest all of this. Crazy 49er, the options game is phenomenal. My Tesla cost basis has gone from $170 a share to $6 a share. Thank you very much, Stephen Butler. Neat. Charlie, closed my $14 put on SoFi and I rolled to a $16 yesterday. They are already up 27%. That's what I keep telling you. I keep telling you guys, roll these things higher. Yes, and yes. Spare, I have now a new tool in my YouTube studio, inspirations, ideas for my next video, building a Daegu-proof apartment for traveling. I have no idea what this means. Goody up. No, -6. I am -$6 on my SoFi. Oh my God, your Tesla shares are -$6. Nice job. Brian, I can't believe Rocket Lab is on its way to 40. I can't believe it. I just like, wow. 36.67, up 53 cents. We're up 22 on GameStop, 24.10. We're at 17.38 on SoFi, up 61. We're rolling on a whole bunch of fronts all at the same time. I've sold more options than what I paid for the stock. I can't believe this never ends. How do you think the very, very well-to-do hedge funds managers, how they live the lifestyle they have, managing billions of dollars of other people's money, doing exactly what you're doing here, but in much larger numbers? They have employees handling all kinds of trades at the same time. It's millions of dollars a minute changing hands all the time. And the top end of these funds, these top fund operators and managers and owners and their partners and their best clients are flying everywhere in private jets. They're going to Venice this weekend to see Jeff Bezos get married, I guess. I don't know where else they're going. They're going everywhere. Yeah, baby. Welcome to your party, where it's a lot better in your house than it was before. It builds. You have to just stick around for a while. Stephen Butler, I have to leave early. Y'all have a great day and profitable one. Thank you, Steve. Another idea, rodents on the road, exploring the future of autonomous driving. Tesla's stopping me. Oh my God. Don't confuse him, Splair. Tom, yeah, you're killing me, Splair. I got enough to worry about other than this other stuff. Oh my God. Zed, I have 10 SoFi contracts I can write. My cost on SoFi is 17 that I bought many years ago. I guess I can finally write on them. Any suggestions? Yeah, write 20s. Write 20s for January or next June, and take dollars and buy more stock and write more contracts if you want. I'm holding SoFi now at just $5.94. Well, here's a good question for everybody. You want to tell me what's your average cost of your SoFi? All the SoFi that you have or ever had that you've sold and now written cash secured puts on, can you do a mental calculation as to what you paid for your stock, what you brought in premiums, what your holding price is now, I bet you there are people here who watch this show who bought the stock with an average of $6 of cost. They sold them at 15. They wrote $20 cash secured puts, brought in 850, and they're now getting ready to roll those 850s to, I don't know, $6, $7, $8. I don't know. I don't know. But they've done successive rollovers, and I bet you're into negative territory on your cost of SoFi. There are people here who have negative $5 on SoFi average cost. I bet you. The SoFi 1006 now 431. That's my cost now on my SoFi. Giddy up at 1735. Lisa, SoFi at 675, but no idea how many premiums I've pocketed without consulting my spreadsheet. You can't possibly have a cost base anymore. I can't imagine you have a cost base. There are people here who have negative value on their SoFi. Their actual net cost is negative. It's all gravy. Tom, my SoFi average below 7. When it was at 18, my buddy was like, I wish I got into SoFi. When it back to 8, he wouldn't buy it. There you go. DH 736, but I have no idea what these premiums, what it's at now. There you go. Yeah, isn't it amazing? Oh, if it ever goes back, I'll buy it too, and I'll join you. Oh, yeah, well, it's back. I'm not going to buy it. Yeah, because it's going to go lower now. Yeah, there you go. Bobby, SoFi average 0, but the average was around $8 when I sold it at $15.50. Mike, I can't even do the math. I've written so many covered calls and cash secured puts over the years. I don't know. There's a common answer. What's your cost on your SoFi now? If you don't write options, it's easy to figure out what your average cost is. If you do write options, you have like a virtual no cost to a $17 stock. Giddy up. 1734 right now. Brian, 24.10 on that GameStop. 24.12. Brian, might as well go to 25 to end the week. Why not? What the hey? Come on, GameStop. Let's go SoFi. Let's go GameStop. Let's go Rocket Lab. 36.73, up 59 cents. Go Rocket Lab. The Qs, 548.82. They backed off again. This is the second time the Qs have done a pullback, and the Nasdaq is under 100 on the upside. It's only up 98 now, so it's backing off. Dow's still up 309 points. 549.02 on those Qs. Those Qs are faltering up here. They seem to be, with the Nasdaq, kind of maybe topping out. I don't know. Giddy up. Brian, 157.10 on those NVIDIAs. Oh my. Crazy 49er. Here's a fun one. I am negative $45 on my Palantir. The cost of my Palantir is negative $45. It's trading at 140, 139 something. Giddy up. Tom, my average is $7, but with the premiums, I think it's all free. I don't have any money in it anymore. It's all gamblers' money. I've been paid. I've cashed in more than I paid for this stock. I've allocated 15% of my SoFi shares for wheeling at strikes of 17, 18, 19, 20. It's all going to be free money for me. There you go. YouTube honestly just added an AI feature to my YouTube studio. It's creating ideas, thumbnails, and descriptions, asking me only for a video completely BS. I dislike it. Splayer, you got to do what you got to do. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just trying to stay alive on this channel, man. Bagel, I am at $8 on my average cost. And who knows what kind of premiums people have brought in. I know on GameStop, many of you here who found me originally because of GameStop, you were all into that thing at prices that just went from nothing to the moon, and you began to write options. Once you listened to me a little while and you took class 1, 2, 3, 4, you started writing call options on your GameStop. And I have had people tell me for 2 years now, I don't have any money in the game anymore. I got more money out of GameStop than I ever put in. It's a negative value to me. I'm negative $20. It's trading at 24. I'm negative 50. I'm negative 10. I'm at zero cost. It's been unbelievable. Bagel Babe, I'm at 888 unadjusted cost basis on SoFi, but my SoFi has paid for itself with premiums. Bagel Babe, my $9 GameStop has paid for itself many times over at this point. many times over. 49 of the options saved me on GameStop. I'm at negative $11. Brian, GameStop, please go up 5%. I need to write some covered calls, says Brian right there. SoFi, GameStop, 24.17. SoFi, 17.33. Giddy up, everybody. Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you for another fun week. What a week this week. 238 of you have answered my question. 61% of you think this stock can break 20. SoFi will break 20 by the end of July. Thanks again for the thumbs ups meter. Hit that thumbs up for me, please. We want 200 thumbs ups today. We got 147 right now. We need 53 more. Anybody watching on the rerun, help us out, please. Thank you so much, everybody, for being part of the family. 192 of you are still hanging around with me here. Thank you all. Thank you again. Zeta State, I found Uncle Bruce via Mo Money saying he wanted to interview and switch to Uncle Bruce, and the rest is history. 20,000 shares of SoFi. Giddy up, baby. Beach Boy started buying IPOE around 1718. Shout out homeless Canadian. With cash secured puts and covered call rights, mushroom and wine gravy. Eat it, the big E with the zit at the end. There it is. Neat. Brian, too much going on. I can't work and a 4-day long weekend, and I'm only in the office, only one in the office. Maybe I should buy some beer here. JV, Uncle Bruce, what do you think about 2020, 2025 Apple credit spread? 2020 to 2025, 201 stock. I don't have a problem with that trade. Keep it going, Zed, with the 20,000 SoFi. Thank you all so much. The knee emoji's coming in. JV, July 18th. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. That's a good spread. Thank you again. Thank you, those of you. You send me messages. I just can't keep up with all you guys' comments. Thank you so very, very much. Jeff, Mike, have a great weekend, everybody. Get richer today, please. Get richer. Let the market make you richer. I love it. Keep up the good work. We'll keep an eye on things here, and then we'll see you on Monday next week. As soon as the edited version of 19 is in my hands, boom, out it goes, and it'll be on the website. So stand by for that. An any day thing. Sharon from New Zealand, I have a friend with an Audi RS6U with a registration plate GME. Giddy up. Zed, GameStop waiting to write on 50 contracts on GameStop. Let's go, GameStop. JV, thank you so much. ASTS is up 4.5%. Oh my gosh. Brian, keep things going. Things just keep on going. Have a great weekend from Richard. Thank you. Charlie, thank you. Have a great weekend. JV, Rodin on the Road. Charlie, neat. Evil Monkey, neat. Beach Boy, neat. One, just cashed in my AMD 120. October 17 cash secured put for a whopping 83% profit. Time to write another one, I would say. Time to bring in some more cash. You deserve it. Thank you, Richard Carlin. Knee emojis all around. Guys, well done. 1740 on your SoFi. 24.13 on GameStop. Rocket Lab 36.79, up 65 cents. And keep working it. We're up 250 on the Qs, 260 something, 548.90 on the Qs, where the Nasdaq is up 99, S&P up 31, Dow up 317. Thank you all for tolerating me all week, as you do all the time. Love it, guys. 241 voters for the poll question, and the thumbs up meter now is a whopping 154. Thank you all. Thank you again. Richard and Octavio. Neat. Keep it going, guys. Get richer. In 3, in 2, in 1, I'm going to say bye.